Hey guys, what's poppin'? Jacques Slade here, and to end out the year, I put together a list of the best shoes I think that were released from Jordan brand. Like with the other lists that I put up, there were plenty of shoes that could have been on this list, but when I really thought about it, these are my top 5, hands down. Starting at number 5, we have the Air Jordan 1 in black and royal. To be fair, the Air Jordan 1 will always have a special place in my sneaker collection. It is a timeless silhouette that can be rocked with pretty much anything at all. While Jordan brand has a ton of versions of the Air Jordan 1, the OG High is the version that I like the most. As far as colorways go, the royals, as these are called, remain one of the best colorways of the shoe in my book. So much so that I actually picked up the FLYKNI version of the royals as well when they released earlier this year. As much as I love them, I do really wish that they were a bit more comfortable, but I may have a little something to fix that in the new year, which will change the game entirely. I'll let you guys know about that. Now, I know some of you will actually point to the satin pair that released in super limited numbers. My pick stays with the OG pair when it comes to the best of 2017. The satins were cool, but the OGs are better. At number 4, we have a shoe that could have very easily hit number 3 or number 2, but I decided at the last minute to knock it down a few places, the Air Jordan 4 KAWS. I really struggled with this one because I couldn't decide which colorway I liked more. Was it the black or the gray? I happen to own the black pair, but at the same time, I feel like the gray shows the artwork a lot more. So I guess at the end of the day, it really boils down to what is most important to you as a collector. Some people may want the artwork to show, while others are just content with knowing that they have the artwork on the shoe and that they're happy with the quality of the shoe, because the quality on these is absolutely amazing. I ended up sticking with the black pair for the list because I felt like the quality and look of the shoe was more important than people instantly recognizing that this was a KAWS Air Jordan 4. As much as I do like the gray pair, I actually have the Fear 4s, so if I want to actually rock a gray pair of Air Jordan 4s, I can just go with those. Coming in at number 3 is the Air Jordan 32 Low. I was fortunate enough to attend the launch of the Air Jordan 32 in Italy, and I was instantly in love with this shoe. Jordan brand has a really tough job when it comes to the new signature shoe line. Because retros get so much of the focus, it's hard for the new signature shoes to really get any love. Part of that struggle, I think, comes from the fact that most people see Jordan as a heritage brand and not as a new sneaker brand, even though they're literally releasing multiple new silhouettes every single year. For this year, the Air Jordan 32 was definitely a winner. The fly-knit upper, the zoom with the flight plate turned out to be a really dope combination on the court. They also released the low at the same time that they released the mid, and in my opinion, the low looks better for the off-court feel, and that's why I added this one to the list as my number 3 pick. If you haven't had a chance to check these out yet, I definitely recommend you getting into a store and trying on a pair. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with how comfortable they are. Of course, there are a few honorable mentions that I must throw out here before we get to the top 2 picks. First up, we have the Air Jordan 1 FLYKNI. These released earlier in the year, and I thought they were going to be a lot more popular than they actually turned out to be. Like any Jordan 1, they're not the most comfortable shoes to wear all day long, but they do look absolutely fantastic. The fly-knit upper reproduces the look of the Jordan 1 very well, and they've also updated the silhouette with some premium insoles that I think give the shoe a bit of a luxury kind of feel. So far, I think they've released 3 colorways of the shoe, with the royal and the bread being the best of those 3. Now, another honorable mention is the Air Jordan 6 GATORADE. I actually haven't had a chance to get these in my hands physically, but from the images that I've seen online and the feedback that I've heard from friends that actually have already scored a pair, these are one of the best Jordan 6 releases in a very long time. As most of you already know, these are inspired by the Jordan and Gatorade collaboration, and they have a bit of a premium price tag at $225. And last but not least, for my honorable mentions is the Air Jordan 2. The Air Jordan 2 is not the most popular Jordan signature model, but I think they should definitely get more love than they do. The silhouette is one of the most unique in the Jordan signature lines, and when it's done correctly, the shoe really stands out in my opinion. This pair was actually released as part of a pack with CONVERSE and remains one of the shoes that I honestly think about when I think about the year 2017. So those are my honorable mentions. Number 2 is when things get a little weird. Okay, as a fan of the Jordan line, I have a few models that are favorites to me, and one of those is the Air Jordan 11. This year, Jordan brand released 2 Air Jordan 11s, and I didn't want to show 2 shoes that much favoritism, so I only selected one for this list. With all that being said, coming in at number 2, is the Air Jordan 11 Win Like 96. The Air Jordan 11 is just a beautiful shoe. And when I first saw the Jordan brand was going to make it in red, I was all over it. Red happens to be one of my favorite colors personally, so to see it pop up on one of my favorite silhouettes is just the perfect storm for me. If I'm going to be honest, this red isn't the red as I would like it to be. It looks like it has a little tint of orange to it, which kind of kills the vibe a little bit for me, but it's close enough that I really like the look of the shoe. I could have easily picked the white and navy pair, but the red pair just looks too good for me to pass up. So coming in at number 2 is the Air Jordan 11 Win Like 96. For number 1 is probably the one that you all expect it to be because the appeal of this shoe was just undeniable. I don't care who you are in the sneaker world or where you were this year, this shoe probably is not only the top Jordan of the year, but one of, if not the best shoe of the year. Because of that, let's all give a round of applause to the Air Jordan 1 Off-White. Just the fact that Nike allowed Virgil to dismember the Air Jordan 1 and put it back together in his own way is a huge statement for the brand, and I think the sneaker world responded appropriately. They were incredibly hard to get, which I think sucks for the consumers like me because it's a shoe that I know a lot of people wanted, again, myself included. But at the same time, I get the marketing behind it and why they kept the shoe so scarce. It builds a buzz and it builds hype, and it almost introduces a new era for collaborations when it comes to Nike shoes. Of all the shoes on this list, this is the one that I don't actually own. One of the two, I should say, that I don't actually own. And the fact that I don't own it, it hurts. I definitely want to get a pair sometime, but I refuse to pay those crazy resale prices. Anyway, but with all that being said, the shoe, clearly the best Jordan of 2017 is the Air Jordan 1 Off-White. Those are my top 5 Jordan shoes of 2017 with a few honorable mentions as well. But right now, what I want to know is what are your top 5 Jordan shoes of 2017? Again, you don't have to own these shoes. I just want to know what shoes you personally thought really represented Jordan brand, and or maybe just say show the potential of what the brand can do and what they're going to do in the next couple of years. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, and if you really like what you see, be sure to subscribe for more content and stay tuned because I have a lot more coming. I am your host, Jacques Slade. This is my top 5 Jordan shoes of 2017, and as always, guys, I appreciate you. I'll see you soon. Peace.